Good morning, Super Readers! Thank you for joining us in our Valley PBS classroom. I'm Mrs. Nix.
I'm Mrs. Hammock.
And this is a place where we come to learn, practice, and grow our brains to become amazing readers, writers, and thinkers. So let's get started by warming up our brains with some
ear training
called Daily Phonemic Awareness. All right, awesome. So today what we're going to practice with our phonemic awareness is called deletion. And I'm going to give us some sounds. I'm going to give us a word. We're going to break them into some sounds, and we're going to delete the last sound in a word. And we're going to make it into a whole new word. Let me show you an example. So if I have the word dirty, what are our sounds that we hear in dirty? D, t, e. Dirty, right? I'm going to take away the last sound, the e. What word do I have now? Dirt. Good job. Okay, so let's try it again. Okay, I've got another word. How about the word sleepy? What sounds do we hear? We have to stretch that out. What do we hear? S, o, e, p, e. S, o, e, p, e. Take away the last sound. What word do we have now? S, o, e, p. Sleep. Did you get it? Did you get it?
Sleepy.
Sleepy
To sleep.
becomes
Oh, I get it. Okay.
all right. Okay, how about this one? What if I said the word grouchy? Take away that last sound. Do you have it in your head?
Okay, you
all right,
ready?
let's try it. G, ouch, e, grouchy. Take away the e. What's our word?
Grouch. Did you get that?
Excellent job.
That's really tricky.
It is kind of tricky. I
Yeah.
like the dots because they kind of help us. They give us something
true.
to kind of connect with. So, are you ready to get a little wiggling on this morning?
I think so.
Get those
Are you
brains
guys
going?
ready too?
Okay.
Okay.
This one's called the Chickadee in a Tree. So, make sure you've got some space.
Yep.
And let's go.
Nice and slow. Just how I like it in the evenings. Easy breezy.
He saw a chickadee sitting in a birch tree, singing his song for everyone to hear. What a lovely melody he said to the chickadee.
Wow, you're a good flyer.
I hope that you
Yes.
can
Well, I'm just going to cruising this morning.
Oh, we're gonna fly around. Oh, time to be a bumblebee. Looks more like a chicken.
Visiting flowers one by one. Where is your family? Eve said to the bumblebee. Come with me and we'll have some fun. These happy memories. These cheerful melodies. The chickadee and the bumblebee.
I love being silly at the end, right?
I know.
Woohoo!
Oh, that
Nicely
was
done, Mrs. Hammock. That was super fun. Did you have fun at home too? Awesome job.
Always good to wiggle around and get all of that blood flowing so that it can go and give us some brain power.
Absolutely. And you know what we need some brain power for? Practicing some phonics. And you know what?
That's right.
I'm going to let you get started, and I'll be back in just a little bit. So I'll see you in just a bit.
That sounds great.
All right.
All right, come with me. We're going to go over here to our word workboard. And remember, this week we are practicing the E sound from that long E card, the tree card. But we're not working on all of the patterns. We're focusing this week on the E sound spelled with Y and the E sound spelled with E-Y. It can be tricky. So Y can say E and E-Y can also say E. So we practiced a little yesterday. Today we're going to practice some more, and I'm going to also have you build some words with me. So I think that will be really a great practice for you. So if you have something to write on, it would be good for you to have that close by. I think we should have our friend Tina come and help us, don't you? Hey Tina, can you come help us with some words?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Hammock.
Oh, hello. I'm so glad you brought your marker because we're going to do a little bit of writing today, and you look like you're all ready to go.
I think I am. I heard that we were supposed to have something to write with, and so I'm prepared.
You are fantastic. Okay, so before we actually do some writing, let's warm up our reading brain by just practicing some blending with our focus sound this week. Would that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Great, here we go. All right, so let's look at the whole word. We see that we have one of those double consonants in the middle. Remember, when we have that, we just say one sound, and we have the Y at the end, and what do we say when we see the Y at the end?
E.
That's right. All right, you ready to blend this word with me?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Add E. Let's do it a little faster. Daddy.
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 Oh, daddy. Yeah. That's
Great.
our daddy. Like,
Very
like
nice.
a mommy and a daddy.
That is correct. That's right. All right, now we also have the EY that can say E at the end of a word. So let's read this word. You ready to help me?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. H says ah, E. Hawk. E. Hockey.
Oh, hockey. Oh, I know. Hockey's where you have that little puck and they have a stick and they try and hit it across the ice.
You're right. And I watched them play hockey on the Olympics the other night on television.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. All right, so we've warmed up our brains a little, and now it's time for us to do some word building. So you're going to use all of the skills that we've learned all this year and put them together to make some words. All right, so I'm going to say them. I'm going to tell you the word, and then we're going to break it apart so that you can write the letters that make those sounds. All right, here we go. The word I want to start with is yucky. Yucky. Like when you taste something that you don't think tastes good, you might say it's yucky. Yucky. All right, so E. All right, write it down. What do you think it is? All right, Tina's got hers ready. Okay, let's see, Tina. Oh, wow. You did a great job. So let's start with the beginning. She said, yeah, that is correct. She got, that's our short U. Yuck. I love that you remembered that it's going to be the CK, that it makes one sound. Yuck. Now, here's the trick. Tina used an EY, and that's not how we spell it, but if you wrote yucky with an EY, would I be able to read what you were trying to say? Yes, because it says the same sound. But to spell it correctly, the way that we spell it in our language is with just the Y. So it says yuck-y, yucky. So Tina, why don't you go ahead and fix yours, and we'll talk about what to do. Now, how do you know if you should use an EY or a Y? That's really tricky. Oh, great job, you did it.
Yeah.
So we're just talking about how to know if we should use Y by itself or EY.
Yeah, how would you know?
It's hard to know, isn't it? And you know what? There really isn't a rule that we can use to help us.
So, Mrs. Hammock, do you think it's just really important that we're always reading our words so we can start to see some patterns and start to memorize them a little bit?
You know what? That is exactly right. The more you practice reading words with Y and EY, the more your visual memory, that place in your brain that looks at it and sees it and knows what it is, will start to recognize when it doesn't look right, and then you'll be able to fix it. But what I want you to know is most of the time, when you hear that E at the end, it's going to be the Y by itself. In all of the words of our language, there's only about 230 or 40 that have the EY. So that's not very many, but there are a whole bunch of them that have the E sound at the end with just the Y. So it is a little bit of a guessing game, but as you get more comfortable with reading and writing, you'll figure out which way to spell it when you're ready to do that.
Oh, that's a great thing, because yeah, there's probably way more than 200 words with an E sound at the end.
There
So
definitely
I
is.
will always guess, if I have to guess, I'm gonna guess a Y.
Yep, that's pretty safe. There are some, like hockey, and some other words that we'll practice this week that have the EY, but most of the time it's the Y at the end. And did you also notice they often have a double consonant in the middle?
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah, so that's something also just to take note of. Just as, look, I noticed that. All right, can we try one more word?
Oh yeah, let's
All
do
right.
it.
So what if I know how to spell yucky and I want to spell lucky? Lucky. What would I need to do to make yucky into lucky? What do you think, Tina? Did you write down your answer?
I
Okay,
did.
let's
And you know
see.
what? I just had to change one letter.
You are right. Which letter did you change?
I changed the Y to an L, and now I have lucky.
You are so smart. Great. I like your good thinking. You were really training your ears to hear those sounds, and that is exactly right. Well, I'm going to let you go while I chat with our readers for a second.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
See you later. Bye.
Thanks for your help. All right, readers. So most of the time you're going to use that Y all by itself. There are words like hockey and money and some other ones that we will practice and help you with that. And remember, our sound spelling board is a tool that we use to help us learn what the sound is, but also that yellow part is what helps us to know how to spell that sound so that we can do that in our writing. You know what time it is now? It's time for our high frequency words with Mrs. Nix.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Mrs. Hammock. And yes, we are going to start practicing or looking at our high frequency words. And remember, there are 6 of them that we're practicing this week. So let's go through and read them together. So we have found, hard, near, woman, would, and right. Today, we're going to practice this word right here, hard. Spell it with me, H-A-R-D. Now, hard is not that hard to spell when we practice it, right? Now, remember some of those strategies we talked about yesterday? We can practice tracing it in the air, H-A-R-D, and we can say hard. We can trace it on the carpet. We could trace it on our arm, just so that we're practicing spelling this word over and over so that our minds can remember it. Okay, something else that's a lot of fun is to take a sentence, cut it up, mix up the words, and then try and read it and put it back together. So we have the word hard, so that's going to go in here. What are our other words today? Name, your, is, it, to, right, and not. What are some clues that we know about sentences? What do we start with? That's right, we start with a capital. Do we have any words that begin with a capital letter? Yes, that's it. So we have it goes at the beginning. What's another clue that goes with a sentence? You got it, punctuation. And look, I see the word name has a period, so I know that that is going to go at the end of our sentence. So it is. How about it is hard? It is hard to not write your name. Does that make sense? It is hard to write. I gotta make some space here. Write your name, not. Where should I put that? Oh, it is not hard. Okay, let's do that. Let's move all of this over and let's try it. It is not hard to write your name. Great job. Okay, so practicing writing our words is a great strategy to help our brains learn them and be able to write them. You can write them multiple times on a piece of paper. Okay, so something we did yesterday was talking about where do we keep our letters. Let's practice writing it. Where do I start? That's right, we're gonna start at the top. So we've got H all the way down to the bottom, and then we're gonna make a little hill right there. So H, A, keeping it below that dotted line, R, and D goes all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. Great job. Make sure you are practicing your letters and words at home. Okay, this week's strategy is to visualize. That's to think about a word and have a picture in our mind as we're hearing those words, and to sequence our story. And so that just simply means what happens first, next, and last. So as you are listening to today's story, make sure that you are thinking to yourself, what's happening first, next, and last. I'll see you back here in just a little bit.
Teach a Dog by Justin Young. Teach a Dog by Justin Young. Chapter 1. How do you teach a dog? Chapter 2. How can a dog teach you? Chapter 3. How do you walk a dog? How do you teach a dog? Dogs love to play. Dogs make great pets. They follow rules if people teach them. Would you like to be a dog teacher? It's hard work, but it's fun. If a dog behaves well, give him a small treat. Then say, "Good dog." Give lots of love. You will get love back. This dog knows the rules. This girl pats the dog after it sits. Sit, stay, come. These are key words a dog should know. First, teach a dog to sit. Gently push the dog's back end down and say, "Sit." If it stands up, say, "Sit." If it sits, give it a treat. Now teach the dog to stay. Have the dog sit. Put out your hand and say, "Stay." Next, walk a few steps away. If the dog stays, give her a treat. Then say, "Come." If she comes, give her a treat for being so clever. This dog is learning to stay. How can a dog teach you? This dog is shy and scared. This dog is begging. A dog can't talk, of course, so he will give a signal instead. If a dog's paw is out, he wants something. What if his tail is down? It's a sign that he's sad. The dog loves the child. The dog wants to play. If a dog is wagging his tail, he's happy. If his rear end is up, he wants to play. What if he rolls onto his back? He's saying, "You're the boss. Please rub my tummy." How do you walk a dog? These dogs are learning to use a leash. Dogs love to go for walks. First, clip on the leash. Walk slowly. Try not to pull on the leash, but do keep the dog near you. Sometimes a dog pulls on the leash. She might have found something to sniff. Stop walking When she is still, you can start walking again. This dog is pulling. This dog likes to run. You can run with a dog too, but if she pants too much, slow down or stop. Make sure you and the dog take a water break. If you'd like, you can write down all the rules. Then you can help someone else teach a dog. You can write a list of ways to train your dog.
Wow, another great story about working with animals. This week, you're going to notice that a lot of our stories, actually all of them, are people working with animals. And that's kind of the question we're thinking about this week. How do people work with animals? So in our story, Teach a Dog, let's think about the order of how that story went. I'm not going to write sentences today. I'm just going to take some notes, and then later I'll take that and use it to write a story. And I want your help. So what was the first thing you remember that you have to teach a dog? Do you remember what they said? Yeah. First, you have to teach the dog to sit, right? And that requires some practice, just like anything. All right, so first they teach them to sit, then what do we do next? After they sit, we need to teach them, right, to stay. To stay. Remember he said, the story said, if the dog stays, then you are on the right track. You can do the next thing. Do you remember what? So first sit, next stay, then, right, come. You teach them to come. Very good. I can tell you all have worked with dogs before. So we have sit, next we have stay, then we have come, and then last, what happens after that? Don't forget the important part. Right, a treat. If they do that all really well, you want to reward them with a treat. You like to get a treat, don't you? Terrific. All right, great job. So this is the sequence of the story, Teach a Dog, and the order that the things happened in, or the order that you should teach a dog. Now, let's keep thinking about dogs and look at our question to write today. Our writing prompt today is, do dogs make good pets? And why? So I started it for us because I wasn't sure we'd have enough time all in this last part of our time together. And I started with a topic sentence. I said, there are many reasons dogs make good pets. So that's how I'm going to introduce my topic, that I think they do make good pets. Now the next part of writing is, I've said there's many reasons, so now I need to share with my readers some of those reasons. So can you think about what a reason would be that a dog might make a good pet? I'll see if yours is the same as mine. Are you ready? All right. I said dogs, or I said they, meaning dogs, keep you company. Do you have dogs? Do they keep you company? Right, they're really good at that, aren't they? They make us feel not alone. All right, and another reason is that dogs protect you. Not only do they bark if they hear some strange noises outside your house, but even when you're on a walk, a dog could protect you. And there are other reasons too that you might come up with, and you could write those. And then we would close it up by saying, dogs make good pets, because we want to restate our topic sentence. And that is how we write a little paragraph about whether or not we think dogs make good pets. You did great. You're getting really good at this whole writing and reading thing. So I think that's it for today. I'm going to join my friend Mrs. Nix. And
Absolutely.
Didn't they do a great job on that?
I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. You know what? Scooter told me another joke. Did you want to hear it?
Of course I do. I love his jokes.
It's pretty funny.
Okay.
Okay. So Why did the hot dog wear a sweater?
I have no, he's already laughing. I don't know, why?
Because it was a chili dog. Hey, we had a great time with you guys here at Valley PBS. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.
Bye.